Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And fuck our champions!
Good on Pepe! Goal! It doesn't get any better than that!
Hi everyone, welcome to the Game and Frame live stream. I'm Josh Pratt and we're at Roosevelt Island, Jack McManus Field tonight for more of the first qualifying round of the 110th Open Cup. Central Park Rangers are making a historic step as a club by walking out on the field this evening. It's their first ever Open Cup qualifier, and their hosts Zum Schneider are making only their second attempt at qualification. The cup is truly where fairy tales can be realised. Local amateur teams have the opportunity to face some of the biggest teams in the country if the stars align. And on paper, there's little to call between CPR and Zum. Both sides play in the Eastern Premier Soccer League Metropolitan Division. A single point separated them in the league last season, and they had an even head-to-head. And this season, once again, they sit next to each other. Although CPR come in tonight with slightly better form, 4 points in their last 2 games in the league, whereas Zum only managed to pick up their first point out of 4 games last Sunday. We saw an absolute classic yesterday evening in the Open Cup between Greeks and Renegades. It finished 4-3. We saw some sensational goals. Be hard-pressed to not be the best cup tie of this qualifying round. But CPR are up against it a little bit right from the start. They have just 13 players in the squad and they're missing a goalkeeper, so the centre-back Chris Valentine is standing in a very bright orange shirt. And Zum Schneider have brought some of the big guns. None more significant than Artur Shamrov, who also plays for New York City FC2, who are expecting to start in the centre midfield. And our predicted starting 11 for Zum Schneider: Dario Cruz in goal, Dennis Onku the skipper alongside Desiri. Andres Munoz, whose late equaliser got Zum a point last week, will start at left back. Benjamin Marcu at right back. In front of that back four will sit Artur Shamrov and Sully Corneli. And then Dennis Koch in the number 10 with Thomas Gomez, very dangerous player, on the left wing, Luis Hurtado on the right wing, and Sam Urban leading the line. For CPR, still not sure what the starting 11 will be. I've got pieces of it, but we have to wait until we see them line up on the field. Well, guys, we will be back in just a few minutes with the first qualifying round of the Open Cup between CPR and Zum. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards, so I know that they're together. I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not gonna stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
That's a good bit of footwork there by Spalding. It's gone for a spacious shot! It's magnificent by Spalding! Welcome back, everyone. Teams lining up for the walkout. (114 teams in total in the Open Cup qualification. It's 4 rounds, so this is just the first hurdle for these teams to jump. Zum Schneider, in their first attempt last year, did make it through their first round. They beat the Greeks before getting knocked out by Renegades in the second. Well, this is where fairy tales can start. One of these teams will be going home after tonight. I think given the state of both squads, Zum have certainly got to be the favourites. But you never know. The CPR team has shown resilience on many occasions, even when they're against it. So for CPR, it looks as if the starting 11 is going to be Chris Valentine in goal, of course, filling in with no one else available from CPR's expansive roster to go between the sticks. So it's a makeshift keeper, Ish Canyo and Nathaniel Cole in front of him. Bernie Wright, the skipper, at left back, Peter Berry at right back, Nick King and Ezekiel Omosanya in front of them. Armin Kabashian, back from a knock last week, is in the number 10. James Rosiello on the right. AJ Jagadisan on the left, and Nathaniel Charles back in the squad after being injured last week. Will be leading the line, and by the looks of it, kicking us off. Zum Schneider in the white. Central Park Rangers in the black. And the pristine location of Roosevelt Island. Field is a little bit on the smaller side, but you cannot fault the backdrop, can you? As we're off for another first qualifying round game in the Open Cup. A historic first ever for Central Park Rangers, a second attempt for Zum Schneider. One of these teams will be going through to the second round to join other amateur teams and semi-pro teams in the region. There's Ish Canyo, it's a regular fixture at centre-back for CPR. The only regular in that back line other than Peter Berry to makeshift with the squad absences. Diego Hurtado with his first touch. And then Marco is looking back around the corner. On coup. Cruz.
Adam! No ball playing!
Munoz. Back towards Desiri. Both these sides meeting last season, came at Roosevelt Island. It's their typical home field for both teams. Zum Schneider bested CPR in the December 2023 meeting, but CPR winning in spring. A late Leheloko winner. Early free kick here for Zum Schneider to send into the 18-yard box, and imagine they'll try and test Chris Valentin at every opportunity, and it's looping in towards that far post. A decent ball. And Desiri got good contact. It flashed across the face of goal. I think he was going for the frame himself, but honestly, if a teammate had got a touch on that as well, certain goal. Valentin to Bernie Wright. It's a good press by Shamrov. Corneli and Thomas Gomez took a deflection. Canio clearing. Corneli winning it back. And Shamrov went into the feet of Sam Urban. Certainly a shot from Shamrov there, but didn't quite catch it cleanly, but a little bit too much pace for Urban to bring under his spell. But early warning signs for this makeshift CPR defence and goalkeeper. James Rosiello will take the throw and give it to Bernie Wright. Rosiello put in a very astute delivery yesterday, or last week, excuse me, to assist the first goal against Richmond County. The referee took some time to see there's an advantage, judging there wasn't. Diego Hurtado poleaxed by Bernie Wright. Ziri. Corneli. Shamrov searching towards Tomas Gomez, and Jagadisan got a very light initial touch on that, but recovered well. Jagadisan not always renowned for his defensive work, but he tracked back really well there. And in the end, dealt with the situation. Gomez probably the most dangerous of the front three for Zoom. Got an incredible scoring record overall in the EPSL, albeit missed a lot of last season due to being stuck out of the country. Look at that for a Maradona by Omo Sanya. Jagadisan. Charles looking for a give and go with Jagadisan. Just Rosiello in the penalty area. And CPR will settle for the throw-in. Charles looking to cut, but the skipper Onku alert to the danger. Hurtado. Shamrov back to Ben Marcoux. Shamrov. Dennis Onku. CPR not playing a particularly high press. It's a good win in the air by Peter Berry, and he gets it back from King. Jagadisan firing it in, looking towards Karbashian, a little bit too much height on it. Shamrov again looking diagonal, and that's a wonderful ball. Wasn't the easiest for Gomez to bring down on the bounce. But no fault at all with the pass, which nearly split open Central Park Rangers defence. Hamad Karbashian. Right, he's going to have to scramble to keep it in, and does so. Good press by Sam Urban. Ball ends up going to Chris Valentin. Nathaniel Cole, first time we've seen him in that backline at the EPSL level for CPR. At least on game and frame.
Sam, come inside.
Dario Cruz. He's yet to keep a clean sheet this season, Zum Schneider. Urban. Fed inside is Gomez. Jagadisan again tracking back well. And that looked like a foul, and the referee was a little whistle happy there. Jagadisan had spun past the midfield and the counter was on there. King. Almost Sanya had a little tug of Andres Munoz. Here's Munoz. Hurtado. Not quite enough quality on that pass for Urban. Jagadisan. Munoz dispossessing. Hurtado, that's a better set. Shamrov back into Diego Hurtado. Very tight angle. Canyo driving him wide really well, and then Hurtado losing his footing. He scored in the last meeting between the sides, Diego Hurtado. He was well marshalled on that occasion by Canyo. Shamrov will pick up the loose ball. Good step by Cole. Jagadisan. Peter Berry. The centre-back Cole continuing to venture forwards. Up in the right wing position and earns CPR throw-in. Gomez in a bit of a cul-de-sac. Partially cleared out by Zum, and then Corneli finds Urban. And he's going to invite forwards Diego Hurtado. And Bernie Wright has quite a lot of mass to him. On the header, sent Hurtado flying. Corneli, Ben Marku, that's a nice touch inside. Hurtado. It's very sharp by Zum Schneider, but well read by Bernie Wright, who shepherded Corneli off the ball. James Rosiello searching towards Charles, very nearly pulled off that pass. It's a good idea by Rosiello. King sends it back into Charles, who turns, looking through, and that very nearly unlocked Zum Schneider's defence as well. Two little dinked balls that were both intercepted by Zum players at full stretch. Corneli finding Shamrov. Hurtado. Did really well to keep hold of that ball. And Gomez riding the tackle, and Sam Urban's got some space here to run into. Checks back. Corneli. Some force back. Munoz. The attack broke down for Zum in the end. Charles with the back heel flick onto Jagadeesam. Zum Schneider have had the better of these first 13 minutes in terms of possession, but yet to fashion out a clear chance. Desiri will let that ball run out. And guys, tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic. Salt have made the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag in America to save athletes and their nearest and dearest from smelly footwear after the game. Their case blocks smell using antimicrobial technology and makes for odor-free car rides and houses. You can learn more about Aircase and place your order by clicking on the link in our play by. You just click on the Salt logo. Big thank you to them for being the presenting partner for Game and Frame in the 24-25 season. Mosanya winning the 50-50, and Peter Berry back to Cole. Karbashian looking for a clever flick. It didn't pay off, and now Gomez will bring it forward for Zum Schneider. He got brought down late. And Zum will get a free kick about 40 yards out. Peter Berry actually looking a little worse for wear from that tackle of the two. Not much cover for him on the bench. And he moves gingerly. Zum's last set piece certainly gave CPR something to think about. Urban and Shamrov standing over it. Looks like it's going to be left to Sam Urban. Floats it in towards Desiri again. This time Canyo winning the duel. But Desiri wins it back. Gomez, Hurtado. Gomez again. Did that take a defensive touch? It might actually stay in play. Jagadeesam will put it out for a throw-in. Munoz floating it in. Hurtado challenging for it, but only right winning that 50-50. And then it's fired up towards Naeem Charles, who's seen precious little of the ball thus far. But CPR certainly have the pace on the break between him and Jagadeesam. Here's Jagadeesam, who's going to fire it crossfield towards Rosiello. Very well done by Ben Marcoux. Hurtado ran into one too many black shirts, and Cole with a sharp ball to Rosiello, Bernie right. Karbashian. Rosiello showing too much to Ben Marcoux, who was tenacious. Urban drilling it towards Gomez. Slightly miskicked it. Cole. He was looking for a Rosiello run over the top, but Rosiello had come short. Shamrov. Munoz being able to drive forward, coming to the edge of the area. That's a poor pass for Gomez. Desiri sweeps it up. Central Park Rangers really struggling to keep the ball. Desiri now driving forwards. CPR got to be careful not to let the midfield line drop too deep. Twice Zum defenders able to carry the ball almost 20 yards to the edge of CPR's penalty area unopposed. Hurtado. Urban. Only right call, and Nick King will look to drive forwards for CPR. And he's reversed it back to Charles, who's onside and clean through. Naeem Charles. Brilliant tackle, and then again by Dario Cruz. First clear sight of goal for either sides. Naeem Charles almost had too much time to think about it. He wasn't decisive one way or the other, and Dario Cruz doing really well. Here comes Zum again. Chris Valentin spilled it. And isn't that just football right there? CPR have a chance one end. They squander it, and Zum go right down the other to open the scoring. The stand-in keeper, Valentin, with a blunder. And I think it was Sully Corneli who was the very fortunate recipient. He won't score a goal easier than that. Zum Schneider 1, Central Park Rangers 0, 19 minutes in here. Oh, what a cruel game football can be. Naeem Charles must be thinking what could have been at one end, whilst also having to comprehend Sim going right down the other and finishing. Coke. Crunching tackle by Canyo on Hurtado, but he rode it and then pokes it past King. Really well done by Hurtado initially. And then King, with a rather panicked clearance out. Hurtado. Cole well positioned. Shamrov. Rosiello. Drilling it for Jagadeeson, who wasn't running. Marku, a little wayward with the pass. Amosanya. Canyo. King, that's a good ball. Charles. Peter Berry joining the attack. A couple of black shirts on the edge of the penalty area. Berry whips it in. Well defended and well played out by Zum, and Gomez poking it down the channel. Urban racing after it. Valentin making a good decision to come off his line. That's a brilliant header by Amosanya. Peter Berry. Charles. And Shamrov off with the pass. Drill into Sanyo, looking first time. And there's a little altercation going on between Shamrov and Diego Hurtado, who wasn't thrilled with the quality of the ball, but to be fair, sometimes players just do mess up their passes. I don't think Shamrov was deliberately trying to hit out for a throw-in. Hurtado not happy. Peter Berry looking to drive down the channel. Gomez finding Urban. Gomez inside to Koch, and Gomez is starting to see a lot of ball on the left side for Zum, which is concerning for CPR. And Marku on Ku. Hurtado, good awareness, and he'll drive forwards. And he's found Andres Gomez, who brings Andres Valentin off his line, and again, the goalkeeper very quick to come out. There's a good burst forwards by Hurtado through the middle.
Artur, drop a little. Thank you.
Kabashian. Good tackle by Shamrov. Rosiello. Bernie Wright just about able to keep it in.
It's okay, Diego. Next one, next one. They're working hard. It's all good.
Peter Berry. Canyo. The idea was there, but asked a little bit too much of Jagadisan. Referee judging, and Marku stole a few yards on the throw-in. Shamrov heading up to Koch. Hurtado keeping it in. Just slightly behind Gomez.
Sam, you stay for Diego. Sam, you stay. Sam, you stay.
And Hurtado is coming back from an offside position. Bernie Wright, oh look at that for a touch. Calm and collected. Cole. There's a tackle in the middle. And Jagadisan, who I think was hoping for a foul, but referee didn't give it. And Zum coming down the other end again, Sam Urban. Koch. Towards the far post, Bernie right there to meet it. Rosiello finds Kabashian. And that ball very nearly staying in, spinning down the touchline. Charles throwing in, and that was very precise by the referee there. I think, honestly, Charles was taking it very close to where it went out, and quick thinking was about to perhaps find Kabashian in behind. Kabashian again making a run in that back line. Will do well to keep this in. Does so just in the corner. He finds Rosiello. 3 options to aim for. Charles back to Bernie Wright. Rosiello. Cole. CPR started to have a bit more possession these last few minutes. Kabashian, that's a clever ball. Charles couldn't quite bring it down. Munoz with important defensive work there. And able to clear the lines as well. Really well done by Munoz. Cole sending it back to where it came from. There's a loose ball there by King. Hurtado. He's looking for Gomez, who I think was just offside. Kobashian. Omosanya looking to turn and able to. Beautiful feet as well. There's a slight tug there by Denis Onku. The referee judging it was within the boundaries of the law. Urban. Clever dink over the top. Onku, the centre back, a long way forwards. He'll get a second ball. And floating again. That's a delicious ball. Beautifully shaped. An inch or two too high for Gomez. Well, the game has got a free-flowing tempo to it at the moment. Zum Schneider leading. Thanks to Sully Corneli capitalising on a Valentin error, literally right after. And Charles was denied at the other end in a 1v1 opportunity. Ziri. Shamrov. CPR's pressure too much for Zoom as they played out the back, forcing the error. Peterberry finds Jagadeesan. Urban. Helped over the top by King. Only right. Just about keeping it in. It looked for a second. The linesman was a little delayed with the flag. Sam Urban. Marku. Shamrov. Well played out of the tight pocket, and a lovely ball by Urban towards Gomez, who didn't give up on it. Really well done by Tommy Andres Gomez, who besides his many attacking talents is just a really hard worker. Will not give up on the second ball. Munoz. Simple enough for Canyo. Liam Charles lost his footing. Corneli. Ziri. Gomez, lovely touch back into Ziri, who returns it to Gomez again. And Ziri was coming back from an offside position. Nick King. Rosiello. It's Cole. Passed a lot there of Bernie Wright with that pass. Kept it in and found James Rosiello. Sanya. That's a poor ball by Nick King out for a throw-in. Well, guys, stay tuned at half-time. We're going to have our September Goal of the Month nominees. Some brilliant strikes in there. And we've had some brilliant strikes as well to kick off our first weekend of October. So already thinking about our October lineup. But September voting is open and you'll be able to see the nominees at half-time. Karbashian not taking no for an answer. Corneli. Desiree showed too much to Jagadisan, who forces the throw-in. Jagadisan is down on the ground. Again, I'm not sure if there's a little contact between him and Desiree in that 50-50. Back very gingerly to his feet, Jagadisan. Peter Berry will take the throw-in. Omasanya, he's in the area, Zum have got to be very careful. Omasanya got his feet in the muddle. Canio reading the counter-attacking danger quickly. Bernie Wright. Rosiello, cutting inside, still with it Rosiello. Shot was very wayward, but did well to buy himself half a yard in the central position. And thus far this has been Rosiello's breakout season in CPR's EPSL side. Didn't feature much last year for them, but has been a regular in the team. Has a goal to his name already this season. Shamrov looking towards Gomez, who is offside. Canio looking direct up towards Naim Charles. Onku shepherded him very well. Charles, a new signing for CPR this season, still waiting for his first goal for the club. Had the best chance of the game to find it. That was denied by Dario Cruz. Still plenty of time for him to find something though. Urban. And hearing word that Jagadisan is asking for a sub, so CPR have got a difficult situation with the light squad. Might find it even more challenging. No roll on, roll off. It's floated in. Jagadisan is on the ground, and the referee is going to hold up play. And it looks like CPR are going to have to make this change.
They don't have this up ready, so you're good to restart whenever you want.
And it looks like Jagadisan's evening is over. Somewhere as soon as possible, just because we've got 300 people watching at home and they're hearing that. And Jagadisan has been replaced. And there's Benjamin Kogan on in his place. By the looks of it, Kogan has gone into the midfield for CPR. Karbashian now in the front three. This may be a first appearance in the EPSL squad for Kogan. Rosiello. King doing well to buy CPR a corner kick, I think. It will be a corner. As we approach the final 5 minutes of the half. Swinging towards the 6-yard box, good ball! Oh, what a chance for an equaliser. It's James Rosiello at that front post with the glancing header. With the goal gaping, they really had to score. 2 golden chances for CPR. Both squandered. That's a superb in-swinging ball by Nick King there. Zum Schneider reduced a little more than statues as they watched it come in. I'm very relieved to see it go just by the far post. And I'm looking at Jagadisan on this near side holding the hamstring, so that's certainly concerning for CPR. We've already accumulated quite an injury list. Tony Skameka still working his way back from a hamstring tear himself in spring. As Karbashian back inside, Rosiello couldn't connect with it. Really good cutting edge attack by CPR, but the finish continuing to lack. And now Zuma going to come down the other end. Urban looks offside, but the flag has stayed down. Sam Urban, wild finish, well over the crossbar. He's looking for, I think, a chip there. And Coach Alex is letting Urban know exactly what he thinks of that effort. In no uncertain terms. But CPR also with Matt Beringia out for around a month. Marku. Shamrov gives it back to him. Coach Alex still fuming. I can hear him about the effort by Urban. That's well searched forwards there by King. Karbashian. Roggiello with some space. Showed too much of it to Marcoux. Bunny right. Karbashian, oh, that was a little lazy touch. I don't think he knew how much time he had there. Could have opened up his body and struck it himself there, Karbashian. But CPR, despite being behind, will certainly be encouraged by the chances they've created in this half. Roggiello, he can drive at Marcoux again. Kogan. And Anku sticking very closely to Karbashian. Gomez. Not really anywhere for Urban to go. Canyo. Hurtado tried to hook it towards Thomas Gomez. Kogan. Roggiello. Fortunate to come away with the ball. Kogan. Bernie right. Held into Nick King. Him and Shamrov tussling, and Shamrov coming out on top. Urban giving that right back to Omosanya. Karbashian. King. Peter Berry getting in a muddle, and this is a chance for Zum to break as we head into stoppage time of the first half, driven towards Hurtado. And Kogan with a really good interception. Hurtado's taken away from Valentin. And I think CPR are a little fortunate to get that free kick, because Hurtado, to my eyes, got the ball. Kogan, who settled into the game after coming on. Peter Berry. Karbashian. Give and go. Karbashian was looking back towards Charles, who was on the penalty spot. Peter Berry. That's going to fall to Karbashian, who drives it across the face of goal. Perilous moment for Zum. No one in a black shirt gambling. And there's the half-time whistle. Zum Schneider with the narrow lead, but CPR have created some really good chances. They have a lot to be encouraged about. Despite the squad being very bare bones tonight, they've put up a very respectable first half. This cup tie still open. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back shortly with the second half.
Ready for us now with plenty of space. Big shot, right over the keeper and a goal! What a shot from Joey there. Picked his head up from about 50 yards out.
But the Pancyprians coming right back again at CPR. It feels imminent a goal. Bustamante! Oh, that's unstoppable. A sublime curling effort by Rafa Bustamante.
Harper can go for it here. Harper goes for the effort. Oh, what a rocket that is! Goal!
C. Mueller can Philly counter. It's only C. Mueller in Washington. C. Mueller will go himself. Good dribbling on the run. C. Mueller to shoot for 3-2. He beats Seven, who was just praying that that ball would be on the other side of the post. And C. Mueller has a goal and has gotten one back for Philadelphia. Good little touch from Quadra. Now he'll send in Torre. Can he have a breakaway goal? He gets around the keeper and slots it home. 1-0 Galicia. Heavy press coming in. A little hesitation, there's a hit. What a strike from the trilogy man. That lead didn't last long. It's 1-1.
Josh Gray looks to take that first time. And Ollie Cliff lets fly and equalises with an absolutely stunning strike. CPR needed something special and Ollie Cliff has delivered it.
Here comes Jory Garcia. Jory Garcia in a dangerous position on the field. Jory takes a long shot and scores! Jory Garcia scores to opening the score here this evening.
Inside the box. Service into the middle again. No one there. Jules picks it up. Jules with the shot. Goal! What a beautiful finish by Jules Lewis to pull FC Japan ahead again.
Now to Jedi. Jedi accelerates quite a bit. Jedi pushes past two. Jedi! Goal! What a goal by Jedi!
And here's the early free kick for the New Jersey side. Over the wall and brilliantly tucked in. This Stuhler head right on the minute mark. And you won't see a better strike than that.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
That's a good bit of footwork there by Spalding. It's gone for a spacious shot! It's magnificent by Spalding!
little hesitation. There's a hit. What a strike from the trilogy man. That lead didn't last long.
Breaks that Emilio. And another half chance, but Poli have had it in dangerous positions. And here's another one now. Carlo streaking up. Bayo in the middle, looking in towards Bayo, who spun, and Bayo spins and finishes. 1-0 to Poli Prep.
It is Kugler. Kugler takes a shot and scores! Kugler scores for Polonia, now 2-1 scoreline. They have turned it around in the second half.
It goes into the middle, nodded on. Here's a shot, cleared away off the end line by Sabotic for a corner.
Might turn into a pass indeed. And gets a shot off and he rifles it in the back of the net.
And long ball looking for Gomez, and it's hit him right in the chest. Can he beat the central defender? He can. Shot, and there's our opening goal.
It's fair. Here's Carlo coming into the area. Carlo poking across. Aiden, 2-1, super sub. And it's normally that man Carlo who is the target man. And why not when he does things like that? Carlo pokes it back, and Aiden with a brace, and Poli with a third. And it's a third assist for Carlo, who's been magnificent this afternoon.
Some space to serve. So he will serve. It's flicked onto the post. Let's see. Did that cross the line? It did not. Center back. Gogoadze and Schneider remain, of course, in the middle of midfield. Great ball over the top into the box. Forced a little bit wide. The shot comes in. 1-0.
Roggiello in swinger, that's a decent ball! An opener for Central Park Rangers! And it's Max Cherry who receives the congratulations. It's a happy return to our hollow. Hello everyone, welcome back to Roosevelt Island. Zum Schneider leading in this first qualifying round of the 110th US Open Cup against the debutant Central Park Rangers. But CPR had some golden chances that went begging. There's something certainly to factor in for CPR as the half continues, as they do just have one sub left. It's a very diminished squad. Jagadisan already having to be withdrawn due to a hamstring injury by the looks of it, whereas Zum have 5 on the bench by the looks of it. Off for this second period. Zum probably had more possession in the first period, but in terms of clear-cut chances, CPR certainly with better numbers. Hamo Sanya doing one in the middle. Charles showed too much to the goal scorer Corneli, who defended well. Gomez. Peter Berry with the interception. And that ball had gone out. Cole driving it down the channel. Good strength by Charles, who despite still awaiting his first goal for CPR has shown lots of promise. Good hold up play, times his runs well. That's that old phenomenon so many strikers can relate to. You just need that goal to really get the confidence going and find your way, and he still is waiting for that first goal. There will be Charles to take the corner kick. It's going to be an in-swinger. Towards the far post. It's going to be kept in by Bernie Wright. Beat everyone in the penalty area. Peter Berry. Looking cross-field towards Charles. That's an interesting ball. Munoz wasn't exactly sure it was behind him. Had to put it out for another corner kick. Take two for Charles. Swinging in wickedly. Cruz got a hand on it. Scrambling around in the goal. The ball. Charles again. Floats back in. Canyo. And Zum can breathe again. Charles nearly scoring directly from that corner kick. Caught Dario Cruz totally off guard. He was backing into his own net as he clawed it away. Unfortunate, no one in black ready to capitalise on the rebound. But it'll be another free kick for CPR. Handball there by Hurtado. Good start to the second half for the Reds. Rogero will deliver this one. It's about this position in which he assisted Max Cherry yesterday, swinging it in, and that delivery was less high quality. What a brilliant bit of distribution there by Cruz. Gomez isolated at the moment, but teammates making their way up to accompany him. He may not need them, Gomez. He's found it to Coke, who drills it just over the crossbar. Timed the run perfectly, Coke, good positive touch. Just leant back slightly with the finish. Give and go between Cole and King, goes back to Valentin. King. Not the best of balls to Karbashian. Onku. Hurtado driving it forwards. Gap was there, but just a little bit too much on the pass. Omosanya caught on it there. Shamrov, Urban. Gomez going towards the top right corner. A cut across the strike. And well wide. Kogan. Canyo driving it along towards named Charles. Very nearly turned on Kuba, the centre back. Didn't let go, stuck to him like a bandage. Eventually wrestling him off the ball. Worked forwards by Zum. That cross swinging dangerously close to CPR's far post. Gomez retrieves. Corneli, heavy with his touch and half-hearted in his appeals for a handball. Been a very open start to the half. Chances at either end. Desiri. Back to Cruz, forcing the goalkeeper to run towards his own goal line. And Marco gives it to Onku. Corneli. Well worked out by Zum. And Munoz can drive at the back line. Urban. Really good defending by Isvan Canyo, forcing the error from Urban. Coke. Diego Hurtado unwinds, clawed away by Valentin. Again, the handling very uncertain. Hurtado again, lovely footwork. Hurtado just over the crossbar, and it took a touch in the way, I think, from a defender. I think Zum are very wise now to the standing goalkeeper Valentin's suspect handling, and they are shooting on sight, because even if the first shot is saved, he is invariably spilling it back into a dangerous position. That's how they got their goal. Urban put a lot on the corner. Canyo can clear. Omosenya. Urban reading it. Diego Hurtado eased off it by Wright. But Wright tried to overcomplicate it. Thrown for Zum. Sam Urban. Helped on in towards Gomez, not really cleared by Cole. Perry helping it partially away. Corneli. Coke looked to give it back to him, and then Coke doing really well to keep hold of it. And then an unwinding shot by Shamrov to double the lead for Zum Schneider. Valentin again caught out by the strike. Zum Schneider take command of this Open Cup qualifying game. 2-0 with 55 minutes gone. That's frustrating from CPR perspective, of course, just having to be forced to play Valentin, who normally play at centre-back for them, in goal, and both goals have come off of errors by him. Mind you, this one for the second, not as glaring, but from my eyes, he certainly should have been able to reach across and pour that shot away. It's decently hit by Shamrov, but wasn't anything particularly special. King finding Bernie Wright. Kogan. Wright Drilling it in. Headed by Desiri. And Cruz gathers. Desiri and Marku not on the same wavelength there. Canyo. Amasanya. Peter Berry. That ran away from Berry. Coke. Showed too much to Kobashun. Good challenge by King. Roggiello loose with the pass. Gomez. And Valentin was sluggish to come off his line. Cole forced to clear it out. Gomez. Canyo stepping. And lovely first touch by Roggiello. Bernie Wright. Karbashian. Peter Berry with an advanced run forwards. Munoz really patient with his defending. Coke. It's turned over by Canyo. Karbashian returns it to Canyo. Kogan. Cole. Poking on to Omosanya. Karbashian couldn't quite get the first touch sorted out. CPR still can retrieve this. They've got time. But it is quite a steep uphill climb for them. One thing you can be certain of, CPR will not stop working until the final whistle. Commanding defensive work by Canyo, but not the best ball to Nathaniel Cole. Gomez. Coke. Shamrov. Heavy touch, and Roggiello will bring it away. Amosanya. Searching towards Charles. Needed a little bit more weight there, the pass. Here's Wright. It's a lovely cool night here at Roosevelt Island, sitting about 65 degrees. Feels more like late summer than fall. Here's Roggiello. Right. Drilling it towards Peter Berry, who leant on top of Andres Gomez unfairly. And the whistle blown. Named Charles. Back to goal. Roggiello dinking it in. Only Nick King to aim for. Ziri clears the lines. Lovely first touch by Gomez. Urban. Well watched by Canio. Peter Berry clipped by Gomez. Kogan. Rosiello. Canio. Zuma preparing to make their first change of the evening. Charles. Able to spin Shamrov. Not the right pass. CPR struggling to find the cutting edge at the moment. Here's Bernie Wright. Couple of feet over the crossbar. And it's Christian Dabru coming on for Sam Urban. Dabru will go into centre forwards wearing the number 14. It's Cole. So good ball to James Rosiello. Able to ride the tackles just about, gives it back. And driven in towards Charles. Slightly too high for him. And Munoz clearing. Good win by Kogan and Charles letting fly. Rosiello keeps it in. Right. Kabashian. And that was a little clumsy on the back of Peter Berry. Not sure who made the tackle, but decent position for CPR. Rosiello again to take the free kick. CPR needs something to get back into the contest. Rosiello, cleared out by Munoz. Gomez losing his footing. Kabashian turning into trouble. And Zum can break it. Hurtado. Don't think it was the right option. Gomez was in more space on that left side. Hurtado will get it again. Zoom can find the third. That will put the contest beyond all doubt. But still with the comfortable lead. Corneli and Shamrov both netting for Zoom. Here comes to Ziri. And Munoz and Gomez. The flag will go up as he was about to walk it in. Amusanya. Rosiello. Looking, got it stuck under his feet. Diabru finds Tomas Gomez. Diabru steaming back through the middle. Gomez looking towards him. The race is on with Valentin. They will shepherd it out with a little nudge. Peterberry. Step by Desiri. Berry looking towards Karbashian. And Corneli puts that into the figurative row Z. Naim Charles. Peterberry. Lovely spin. Amosanya. Desiri doing enough to dispossess him. Our guys, tonight's Game and Frame broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic, who have made the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag to save athletes and their nearest and dearest from smelly footwear after the game. You can learn more about the air case by clicking the link in our play bar. Big thank you to Salt for supporting all of Game and Frame's coverage in the 24-25 season. That's reversed towards Andres Gomez. Shamrov. Hurtado. Or Gomez even, excuse me. Shamrov. Going all the way back to Onku. But it all comes to nothing for Zum. Approaching the final 20 minutes. Zum on course at the moment to progress to the second qualifying round of the Open Cup. Once again, they did it once before last season, which was their first time in the Open Cup qualifiers. Peterberry. Not the right pass down the line. Zum Schneider preparing to make a few more changes. Onku gives it to Cruz. He drills it out. Satya Serog is going to replace Diego Hurtado. It's a straight switch. Serog going to that right wing position. CPR were on a throw-in right by the corner flag. Gomez. Diabru asking for it behind, and Gomez with a lovely ball to Diabru, who tried to take it first time. That was an extremely ambitious effort. I think he thought Valentin had come off his line. I was trying for the lob. Superb technical execution on the pass by Gomez outside the foot on the half volley to curl it behind CPR's defence. Canyo. Cole. Peter Berry. Showed too much to Corneli. Coke. I think the legs are starting to get a bit tired for CPR now. Starting to make more unforced errors. Shamrov. Sirog. And Benjamin Marku has gone over on the far side.
Hold on, the referee's only calling it. Did they call it?
And now there's some confusion about whether the trainer's been told to come on or not. Very keen trainer. Of course, the rule is if the trainer comes on to give Marku attention, then he has to sit out for a few seconds. Marku back on his feet. I think he's going to be replaced, but
Ben, we're not ready yet. Ben, give me 2 minutes. Okay.
so a bit of confusion. Rather unnecessary delay. Play does resume, and Gomez very nearly brought under a spell with Peter very committed. Munoz, Dabru. Floated in towards Diabru. Good rise by Canyo.
Unless we go to overtime. Correct. So you had number 1 and number 2. I need to give you 3 and 4, correct? Correct.
Ben Marku asking for a change, struggling with injury. And I think why there's a delay for Zoom is they can only make 3 substitutions in a normal time. So they can do more than 3 subs, of course, but they can only do it in 3 phases, and they've already done 2. So they're preparing their 3rd and 4th subs to come on. Munoz. Sebastian Dash is stripped down. And Richard Bastian as well, 2 Zoom veterans. Diabru. And the flag is up. Well, this qualifying match hasn't reached the heady heights of the entertainment we enjoyed last night between Renegades and the Greek Americans. If you didn't catch that one live, certainly worth a watch back. We have the highlights on our Instagram. 7-goal thriller. 1 goal that has a contender to be goal of the year, and a few other very high quality too. CPR will also make a change. It's a sub replaced by a sub. Will Knight coming on, I think. Kogan's being replaced because he already played for the CPR first teams earlier today. Their first team in the CSL. So their second team, objectively. So Will Knight's gone into the centre midfield. Ben Marku and Coke withdrawn for Zum. By the looks of things, that has dropped Sasha Sarog to right back with Bastian on the right wing and Das is in the centre midfield. Who's forced by Colt. Roggiero back to right. Diabru. First touch for Das. Slightly off with the pass.
Yes, guys, we want the ball here. We want the ball. Where's the energy? Yes, Artur, that's right. Come on, second ball, somebody free there. Hands up.
Gomez. Diabru. Helping on towards Das. He keeps in, driving towards the byline. And Peter Berry's slide doing enough to put off Sebastian Das. I have to say, it's hard to see at the moment where CPR goal is going to come from. Had a lot of good chances early in the game, but they've started to wane the energy. But here's a chance here for Rosiello. Error at the back for Zum. Rosiello couldn't beat the first man. Of course, if CPR can find a goal, it will really re-energise them to throw the kitchen sink at Zum in the final minutes. Wild effort there by Shamrov.
Artur, shooting is good, but get a little closer. As long as you have options, you can keep going. Hey, let's go, come on. Come on, come on.
Mostanya brings it into a spell name, Charles. And Carbassian. Charles. Really good defending by Sarog. Just poke it off of Charles's foot. As he was thinking about putting the trigger. And then Gomez is coming at the other end. Drilled it low. Just past the bottom left post. Knight winning the 50-50. Peter Berry. Knight surrounded, doing well to hold off the pressure. Cole got clipped there by Corneli. CPR don't have any other subs. I don't know if perhaps Cole just tweaked something a little bit, stepped funny after the contact from Corneli.
Heads up, guys! We want that ball back! Where's the pressure? We want that ball back!
Drilled up towards Omo Sanya. Carbasciun. James Rosiello, this is looking promising. But again, that white wall holding strong. Seem to have managed this second half really well. Other than a chance or two early for CPR in this half. Hasn't been much in the second period, of course. 2 or 3 really good chances going begging for Central Park in the first half, which I'll look back on ruefully. Peter Berry, Carbasciun, and Charles! That was the chance there to give CPR something late to chase, something to chase late. But straight at Cruz, and Charles's wait for a first goal continues. Well worked, build-up move by CPR. With a little bit more than 5 minutes of normal time remaining, this tie is slipping away by the second from CPR. Cole drilling out to Peter Berry. Good tracking back by Gomez. King. Carbasciun. Floating it in. Omasanya with the flick on. Partially cleared. It comes back to Bernie Wright, who's got some time. And Omasanya. Desiri sticking closely to him and doing enough to block the header. Peter Berry. King. Omasanya. Searching back in towards King. It's going to come towards Charles, a fraction too far ahead of him. As I build, CPR keep going, even when they're up against it. And Peter Berry has managed to buy himself quite a soft free kick, but a foul nonetheless in a good crossing position. If CPR can score now, we're in for an interesting finale. No time to throw caution to the wind. They've got to find a goal right now. Charles will swing it in with his left foot. Low. It's a dangerous ball. And just ahead of Canio's at full stretch. Good defending by Peter Berry. Thrown for CPR. Charles howls it in towards Omasanya. Both he and Desiri missed the touch. Omasanya. Will Knight will keep it alive for CPR. Charles. And Karbashian is offside. But Charles was fouled right as he passed it. CPR will get another chance to send something into the penalty area.
The pass came from back here. Hey, organize, be focused. No easy one.
Nick King this time on set piece duty.
Tommy, get in there.
Everyone back for Zum Schneider. So they look to protect this 2-goal cushion. King whipping it in. And almost Sanya at that far post. Couldn't tuck it in from 6 yards out. And honestly, on another day, had CPR been a little bit more ruthless in front of goal, they could have had 3 or 4. Another wonderful set-piece delivery.
Let's possess the ball. Let's be smart.
But the finish lacking.
You're making the same mistake again. Andres, Salim, calm it down.
Gomez. Zoom coming down the other end. Diabru looking back for Gomez. And well read in the middle by Nathaniel Cole. There was not a great delivery in by Shamrov. CPR will look to capitalise. Almost Sanya. Rosiello. Almost Sanya again. Sarog with the tackle, and he's defended well, Sarog, since coming on for Zoom. A couple of important interventions. Here's Bastian. Lots of space for Thomas Gomez. Sebastian Das. I think knew he was going to be offside. Well, you've got to applaud CPR the way they've carried on despite having the very bare-bones squad tonight. They had a good last hurrah in these final minutes to try and find a way back, but the finishing in the end has let them down in 2 goalkeeping errors by the makeshift keeper. You have to be fair to Chris Valentin, it's not his normal position, but with their absences forced to put him in between the sticks. 2 minutes of stoppage time indicated by the 4th official. Shamrov, Diabru looking to put the icing on the cake. Canio has been excellent defensively tonight. And CPR can look to break. Rosiello, maybe time for a consolation goal. 3 with Rosiello. King. Turning, shooting, but wide of the target. And that will probably be that. Zum Schneider will once again progress to the 2nd round of the Open Cup qualifying round. Cole putting out. Gomez looking for the corner, not getting it. So CPR will now look forward to hosting Kids Super Samba next week in the EPSL on Sunday. We'll have that back on Game and Frame. CPR in a decent run of form in the league at the moment, but their inaugural Open Cup qualifier ends in defeat They gave it their best shot, but Zum Schneider punishing 2 goalkeeping errors to give themselves the 2-goal victory. CPR will look back ruthfully at some of the chances they missed. But truthfully, it was a really hearty display by Central Park Rangers, given how many players they're missing in the squad tonight and the lack of subs. They kept going right to the end. Just fell short in front of the goal. Well, guys, a big thank you to all of you for tuning in tonight. Thanks to Central Park Rangers for bringing us down here this evening. Thank you to Benjamin De Broca for doing great work behind the camera, and for all of the Game and Frames team for covering the many games we did this weekend with the usual quality. We've got a great schedule coming up next week, guys. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Game and Frame. Thank you to our sponsor, Salt Athletic. This is Josh Pratt signing off from Roosevelt Island. Have a good night, everyone.